Today we are going to talk about off-layout origins and destinations for our model trains. That's happening right now. Hi, I'm Roy Smith. We model railroaders build our layouts and then we operate them. For a long time I have been building my layout, but lately I have been thinking more and more about operations. Like many model railroaders, I want to operate the trains on my layout as much like the prototype as I can. I want my layout to have a purpose. I want to transport freight on it in a realistic manner. To create that sense of purpose and realism, trains on my layout should have origins and destinations. That is, they should be coming from somewhere and going to somewhere. When you are standing outside along a real railroad track, trains seem to come from somewhere off in the distance, and after they pass, they seem to go somewhere, again, off in the distance. Most of the time, you can't see where they came from or where they're going to. Today, I want to show you how I am trying to create this illusion of origins and destinations on my layout. To begin with, this map shows you the entire network of Union Pacific routes. I'm modeling a small portion of it, the portion circled in red on the map. I have been modeling a portion of the UP's Evanston subdivision in that circle, stretching from Green River, Wyoming to Ogden, Utah, a distance of some 175 miles, and I've been doing this since 2014. More recently, I added on the UP's Pocatello subdivision to my layout, coming down from Pocatello, Idaho to Granger, Wyoming, where it joins the Evanston sub. My layout is a modern era layout, so as you would expect, I am running modern diesels and freight cars on my layout. But here's what's really important. I am modeling a bridge route, and the Union Pacific prototype that I am modeling is a bridge route. This bridge route runs between the American Midwest and West Coast. It has sometimes been called the Overland Route. You won't see a lot of small industries on either the prototype or on my layout, and nearly all of the small industries that you do see on my layout are fictional. This is just fine by me because I'm interested in classification and interchange operations and not so much in industrial switching. I want to show you this very crude schematic of my track plan. I'm modeling the portions shown in red, but what I really want to show you on this schematic are the off-layout origins and destinations of trains indicated by gray arrows. Trains on my layout originate in one of the places indicated by gray arrows and then cross the layout en route to one of the other places indicated by gray arrows. I normally say that the places indicated by gray arrows are off layout, but where are they really? Well, they're all in my staging yard. That's where. My staging yard is one of the most important parts of my layout because it creates a sense that my trains are coming from someplace and going someplace. Of course, you've seen my staging yard in previous videos, including last week's layout update, in which I showed you that I am installing NCE switch cats on all of the turnouts in the staging yard, so that I can throw the turnouts remotely from my throttle. The staging yard has at least two other benefits besides providing off-layout origin destinations for my trains. One, it also gives me a place to store trains that are not in use at the moment. And two, it provides a continuous loop on the layout that allows loads to always run in one direction and empties to always run in the opposite direction. This is especially important for open-top cars such as coal hoppers. I mean, you don't normally see loaded cars running back and forth on the same route, so running loads in one direction and empties in the opposite direction creates the illusion that loads are going from mines to, say, power plants, and conversely, empties are going from power plants to mines. In a moment, I'm going to show you one such loaded coal train as it comes from an off-layout origin, crosses my layout, and then disappears back down to an off-layout destination in staging. First, though, here's the route, shown in red, that the train will follow on my track plan. After it climbs the eastern helix from staging, it will pass White Mountain westbound, then Green River, Granger Junction, Evanston, and Echo Canyon before descending the western helix back down to staging. Here you see that loaded coal train now in staging. It has come from the coal fields at Wyoming's Powder River Basin. Currently, it is on a track in staging representing Cheyenne, Wyoming. Now it is heading westbound, taking its cargo to somewhere in the west. It climbs my eastern helix en route to the west. As you probably know from previous videos, I call it the eastern helix because it takes trains that are heading to or returning from the east off layout. Now it emerges from the eastern helix onto the scenic part or upper level of my layout. Then it continues westbound. At Echo Canyon, the train begins to descend the western helix down to staging. Staging represents the train's off-layout destination. And here it arrives back in staging, and that completes its run from east to west for now. Well, I still have a long way to go to make this vision of off-layout origins and destinations work as smoothly as I would like it to. But that's where I'm heading, and I hope you will stay with me as I move toward completing that vision. Over time, I will bring you more and more operations videos. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done it, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of those upcoming episodes. Also, be sure to come back here on Tuesday nights for my weekly show called Dispatch, in which I interact with you, and on Saturday mornings for my layout updates. Thank you then for joining me today. Until next time, happy railroading. I'm Roy Smith, and I will see you again very soon.